I'm me, your yow, and this is Wiggly's Book Club, episode 013. Wiggly's Book Club is a fortnightly read brought to you live from Sloppy Joe's Bar located in scenic downtown Easton, Pennsylvania. Wiggly's Book Club is made possible by Grants and the Bradford House inside of Grants, also by Two Guys. Wiggly's Book Club is exclusive to the GiantMediaBall.com network. Check GiantMediaBall.com for schedule. Without further ado, let's go down to Wiggly in Sloppy Joe's Bar for a reading of the Parker Brothers classic, Q*bert's Quazy Questions, a riddle book to make you laugh.
Cleaner number 19038.
Okay. Oh. I almost fell down the steps. The bottom of my slippers, you see, nothing but pure duct tape at this point. I keep fixing holes, and now I just have some type of workout uniform, wrestling mat, slick. It doesn't matter. Okay, what do we got today? It's a different setup. Okay, this is the mic. Okay, that's good. And got a new sound guy, Don Fennon, you see. And I really don't think he knows what he's doing. But he lost his job at the bleachery, and I don't want to. It doesn't matter. He really probably can't hear me because he's half deaf. Can't hear out the other. So what we're going to do today is here's a Jaeger shot. I'm wearing my Hulk shirt, so I have a Hulk shot glass here. I'm going to do a shot of Jaeger because I thought this is a great idea. There, put it on the wood. Oh, licorice. Okay, and look, that's good. Cough syrup, and finish a little bit of after chaser of Moxie, more cough syrup, different types of cough syrup. First one was NyQuil. That one is software update, close. That's what I mean. I come down here and the arcade machine's real loud. All right. We're going to do Q*bert today. In 1983, there were, I think, 3 Q*bert books. And I think that's how many came out. I'm not 100% sure. I keep hitting the mic, so sorry about that. I also have a little bit of Seagram's Escapes here. Strawberry Daiquiri. Now, see, that's yummy. I usually don't like those sugary pre-built drinks, but that strawberry's pretty good. This mic is way too high, so if I sound like I'm talking out my nose, that's his fault. So I'm looking at the 3 books that I have here, and one is the Adventures of Q*bert, which is a storybook. The story's by John Robinson and pictures by Al Moraski. I see there's a coloring book here as well, Q*bert and his friend's coloring book. Once again, everything's by Parker Brothers, copyright 1983. It doesn't say who wrote and illustrated this, but I'm going to go with it was written by John Robinson and illustrated by Al Moraski, or some such. You might ask why? It's because today's book, Q*bert's Quazy Questions, a riddle book to make you laugh, is written by, you guessed it, John Robinson, and illustrated by, you'll never guess it, Al Moraski. Oh, I think you guys guessed it, unless you had a shot of Jaeger. So Q*bert's Quazy Questions, it's, Quazy, and then questions with a Q. Q*bert is also with a Q. I also have my Q*bert doll here. You will know it. If you're reading along with Q*bert's Quazy questions, you will notice time to turn the page. When I squeeze, Q*bert's little horn goes like this. Okay. An original little Disneyland long playing record or some such. Before I get into Q*bert's Quazy questions, which I'm sure is completely quazy and questiony, I just want to let you know here on the inside cover of the Adventures of Q*bert, I guess they didn't feel like they were charging enough for this. And Jesus, you know what? I don't have the prices on these. I have a sticker and where someone put a price on it, but it's been removed, and there's no place inside to indicate what the price of this was. But on an inside jacket of this, it says what Q*bert means when he says dot dot dot, and that's the correct use of any ellipses. I gotta turn on the light because number one, I can't see. Number two, I'm blind. Number three, I'm dyslexic. Four, I can't read. So that all comes into play here. Oh yeah, and right. I want to just take this moment to thank my wife, my lovely wife, Shizzy Check, my lovely wife. She takes all the photos that you see gracing the album art, if you could ever see that, using any type of Apple product. I'm not sure if you could even subscribe to this podcast anymore, or any podcast. But how am I doing on time? What am I at? This is different. Oh, wait. Okay, 6. 5:51, 6. She takes all of them, and you can tell if I had a few shots before the show or not. Number one, if my eyes are red, then you know it's before the show. If my eyes are really red, then you know she took it during the show. And if I don't have any eyes, then you knew she took it after the show. Q*bert's adventure, I'm not going to read this, the Adventures of Q*bert, I should say. And that makes a difference. If you try to watch The Adventures of Batman, The New Adventures of Batman, or The New Batman Adventures, you're going to get 3 very different television programs. Bert, by the way, pardon me, Moxie, yeah. But a lot of people don't know what Q*bert says when he says these things. So when he says $$66 pound, I'm not going to say has something to say pound, that means, whew, that was a close one. If he says asterisk, 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 plus sign, he says, you are good friends. You are good friends. Who? Who is he talking about? You. You are good friends. It doesn't say you are. Anyway, if he says asterisk, dollar sign, pound, cent sign, / asterisk, he means, this makes me angry. I think my mic's hot. Don Fennon. Jesus Christ. If he says percent, pound, exclamation, percent, capital X, he says, I know I am. Wish I had another shot here. I know I am brave. I will triumph. I don't really think he says that. And of course, the last thing, if he says asterisk, asterisk, exclamation point, asterisk, 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 he means, I feel great. That's a little Q*bert. That's all you know. Well, let's see. Wait, does he say? I never read this. Holy Christ! Oh, because he says that throughout the book. I see. Well, that makes a lot more sense. This looks like a good book. It looks like I wouldn't be able to make it through in my half hour, especially with the rate I'm going. A little bit of starberry, a little bit of strawberry daiquiri there. Hey, whoa! I almost dropped my book. Okay, Q*bert's Quazy Questions. I already mentioned as by Parker Brothers and who wrote it. I'll just go through again. 1983, the series of this trilogy, if you will. The Riddle Book, the Coloring Book, and then the Book. And it's all copyright 1983, by Parker Brothers, division of CPG Products Corp., all rights reserved, published in the United States by Parker Brothers, division of CPG Products Corp., Q*bert Game Graphics, copyright 1983, D. Gottlieb and Company, all rights reserved. Q*bert is a trademark of D. Gottlieb and Company and used by Parker Brothers under authorization. Library of Congress, cataloging of publication data. Robinson John, 1921. I still didn't figure out what that means. You know what that? I think it might mean that it is a book. That's what I'm going to say. I would say it means it's a book because I have copyrights. Here's the weird thing, and I was going to curse, but I'm doing this for kids. Don't drink many alcoholics, kids. Sorry about that, but I got it in case Chiz is she's walking home from her vocal lessons. You see, am I recording? 10:38. Thank you, 10:38. I have a copyright on the name Trapdoor. My band, and you can't get a copyright for your band. You can't get a copyright for your band name. If you want to have a copyright for your band name, you have to get about 7 different copyrights. One for recording live performances and distributing them, one for t-shirts and merchandise, one for digital distribution and recording materials, not live, another one for this, that, and the other. So there's none for a band. You have to get copyrights for each of these individual thingies. So I'm going to say 1921 is that, and you can yell out the radio all you like. It will not help. So it's going to go on about this, and fantasy, size and shape fiction, video games fiction. See, so this is talking about manufactured in the United States of America. Okay, so on the front we have Q*bert. Now he's saying question mark, backwards question mark, which I can only assume means Quazy Questions. A riddle book to make you laugh by Parker Brothers. On the back cover we have where did Q*bert see a man eating fish? And why did Sam cut a hole in his umbrella? Now it shows Q*bert, and I'm going to say Greenie. Pardon me, because I don't know what this green guy's name is, but we will find out within the confines of this beautiful book, which is bullet-shaped, which is kind of unusual. Ages 5 to 10. So if you don't know the answers to those 2 riddles, you're dumb. I don't know. These are two of the funny riddles in this book. Want to know the answers? Start reading. Hey, how'd you get so smart? Reading. P.S. If you enjoy this book, you'll love The Adventures of Q*bert and Q*bert and His Friends Coloring Book from Parker Brothers. Yeah, who cares? A little bit of Moxie. Lick the inside of the shot glass. And a little bit of Seagram's Escapes. I'm going to escape. Here I go. I'm escaping from what? I have no idea. All right, how am I doing on time? 13:30. No problem. What does a witch ride when she's in a hurry? I'm not going to describe most of these pictures. They each accompanied by a drawing by him. By John Robinson. Oh, I mean, Al Moraski. What does a witch ride when she's in a hurry? A broomstick. Oh yeah, no, I'm not ready. I wish I had an applause button. I wasn't ready for this. Don Fenton was supposed to set up. He didn't. What's 102 stories high, wears a black cape, and has very sharp teeth? The Empire State Building. And it's Empire State Building-ish with a fucking weird beard and mustache and wacky hair sticking out the side like an evil bozo the clown. He's got big fangs, and he's got a cape over top of his Empire States. Now, what I neglected to mention, was that I have to turn the book over to find out the answers, because it gives you time to try to answer the riddles. So here we go. Yep, that's right, turn your page. If you're reading along with this, that's even stupider, I'll tell you. There's 2 jokes per page. And here's a spider, and he's drinking some type of drink. I won't say what it is because that's a joke. And he's got a top hat on, and he's slurping away. And he's hairy in his back. What do tarantulas drink? Apple cider. And here's a guy, some of these I will describe, I guess. Here's a guy reaching his hand. He's got a present in it, a tiny little present with a bow on it. He's giving it to his goldfish in a bowl. Tons of shit in the goldfish bowl. The goldfish can hardly fit in here. I mean, this is like the entrance of a Chinese restaurant. That's how little room he has to swim around here. What's the best? Did you ever notice that? They have 3-foot koi in a 2-foot aquarium. What's the best present for a deaf goldfish? A hearing aid. By the way, this is one of those Parker Brothers Kubert dollies. Now, I have a giant one, I have a tiny one, and I'd love to be able to tell you what this tag says, except that I would have to have a bionic eye because I can't make out any of that. And 1942. No, it is 1983. It's a good thing that the tags are so small, so it's safe for the kids. You know exactly what you're supposed to and not supposed to do with this type of material, and squeaky nose. What? Now here's the Q bird. He's got a like a caterpillar climbing on his head. A caterpillar, obviously from the country, he's wearing a straw hat. It looks like a scarecrow hat. And Cubert, he's just got a little O on his face. His tootsies are sticking out. He's sitting in the grass. What has 1,000 legs and no? Take 2. What has 1,000 legs and no feet? 500 pairs of pants. I feel like doing the squeaker after each joke because I'm getting no feedback from you. Now here's a gorilla, and he looks like he's more giant than the island. I don't understand it very much. His head looks like it's got smoke coming out from it. I know it's just supposed to be clouds. And he's got a basket with banana and 2 red things in it. He's sort of got his finger in his mouth like he's a dope. What are King Kong's favorite cookies? Chocolate chimps. Because he's an ape, so a chimp. I always found that it's better if you explain a joke. Then people really get it and laugh and laugh. How am I doing on time? 1809. Oh, shit. I better get going with these. I gotta eject this. This isn't all right. I was listening to a track like a couple hours ago, and it's still on, but no volume. Okay, now Cubert's his eyeballs are sticking out of a lake. What's the first thing that Cubert does when he jumps in a lake? He gets wet. Okay, now Cubert's blowing water out his nose like a maniac. Where's the sneeze usually pointed? This is a joke I used to always tell. Achoo! I thought I broke my squeaker. Okay, this just has Slick. That's one of the green dudes that jumps around. He's the one with the sunglasses. He's just laying on a beach. There's a sailboat in the background. He's got a pail. He's digging around. He's got a bottle. I guess it's suntan lotion. And then I guess that's a transistor radio buried in the sand, maybe near him. And he's got on polka dotted swim trunks, and of course the sunglasses, and no arms. He's laying there without arms. Then there's a series of 4 riddles here. They're Quazy, I tell you. 1930. Christ. Why should you never punish a cat? Because it's already perfect. How is a cat on the beach like Christmas? I know this one. They both have Sandy Claus. Hey, Sandy Claus. I hope... Well, Mr. Sandy Claus, I don't know where you are, but I hope you get here soon. What do you get when you cross a kitten with a pickle? Oh, this is going to be good. I love pickle jokes. A sour puss. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That was in the Soupy Sales joke book. But it was different. It had a different setup. That's a fucking trick question. Why is Slick trying to get a suntan like a small bucket? Fuck it. Bucket. I can't help but say fuck it every time I say bucket. Why is Slick trying to get a suntan like a small bucket? When I turn it over, it's all bad. Okay, here we go. They're both a little pale. He's green. Now, here's a cat. He's got a pickle. This is great that it's pickle. There's a cat on the beach and the sun's in the sky. He's got a picnic basket. His sandals are off of the blanket. He's sitting on a blanket. There's the ocean in the background. He's got a pickle jar. And he's holding up a pickle on a fork. It says, What's a cat's favorite dessert? Mice pudding. Why does he have a fucking pickle? Oh, because he's a sour puss. I get it. Okay, sorry. I was not taking into consideration this was a 2-page spread of some sort. All right, here's a bear. His hat's flying off, and there's a skunk there shooting stink rays out of his back, and he looks quite smug. He's got a red curly hair. The skunk does. Oh, whoops. Which side of the grizzly bear has the most fur? I think Stinky wrote this joke. The outside. How much fur can you get from a skunk? How much fur can you get from a skunk? As fur as possible. Now here's Coily, the snake. You know, he's a snake, and he's in the hay, and there's a squeezed tube of toothpaste with still some toothpaste coming out of it. I don't know what I'm thinking it's Crest, but I can't be sure. It's definitely not Aquafresh, and it's definitely not Close-Up. When is Coily not a snake? When he's a little cross. That was weird. Why wouldn't Coily use toothpaste? Because his teeth weren't loose. I like that one. Because it sounds like you punch someone's teeth down their fucking throat, and now they gotta, paste them back in. Now it's a note. It's a note, and he's got a mustache and a brown hair, and he's got on something like a lederhosen. What kind of a dot can dance? A polka dot. 2321. I don't know. Who's bigger, Mr. Bigger or Mr. Bigger's baby? Mr. Bigger's baby is a little bigger. Hey, that's a Rodney Allen Rippy joke. What's his name? Rodney Dangerfield. That would be a good one. I like that one. Don't forget that one, kids. I blew it because I gloss over it because I'm late. Did all that bullshit about the 3 Q*bert books. Who the fuck cares? What's the worst season of the year for tightrope rocker? What's the worst season of the year for tightrope walkers? Everybody, the fall. Now here's Q*bert coming out of a cuckoo clock. It says, "What kind of a clock?" It's a Q for clock. What type of a clock sounds like a bird? A QQ clock. That one sounds like it was made just for that. Here's a giant. It's just his foot. He's going to walk on some grass. What happens when a giant walks through your garden? All your vegetables turn into squash. It's a one joke page. There's a bird in a hat. Now, you got you have the two, the one piggy dude and the other purple dude running around down below, and hopefully we'll find out their names. Here's a bird sitting on a giant egg. What do you call a very, very young robin? An egg. These are pretty good. What bird is always sad? That one's easy. A blue jay. Here it is. Wrong way and ugh. That's the pig and the other purple guy with the sharp teeth. Now they're eating pie, and it's a whole pie, so that's good because they're sharing. It's not a single person with half a pie. If Wrong Way and Ugg share 8 pieces of cherry pie, and Wrong Way only gets to eat 1 piece, what does Ugg get? A stomach ache. Now, Q*bert's there. He's got a pie in front of him. It's not cut or anything, and he's got a Q on top of his pie. He says, "What kind of a pie does Q*bert think looks the best?" A QT pie. That's like one of my jokes. What kind of tea do I like? Tit tea. How do you make a banana shake? It's a banana. He's shaking around, and he's got a hat on. How do you make a banana shake? Take it to a scary movie. Q*bert's got his foot in one shoe. It's giant. He's little, sticking his 1 foot in. How long is a shoe? A foot long. Here's Q*bert. He's putting down down the railways on a steam engine in the back. There's a tugboat of some sort, some type of small ship, maybe a tuna ship of some sort, but it's got a giant potato on deck here. What kind of train has a head cold? Achoo, achoo train. What is crispy and crunchy? What is crispy and crunchy? I hate that they're replacing CH's with Q's. What is crispy and crunchy and sail the ocean blue? Potato ships. And here's the stand in the rain thing. And there's one of these signs with a finger hanging up, and it says man eating, and it has a little fish in there. Where did Q*bert see a man eating fish? A restaurant. Why did Sam, okay, so Sam's here again, he's got the no arms and the hair, he's green. Why did Sam cut a hole in his umbrella? So he could see when it stopped raining. I think Soupy Sales wrote these jokes. 27, holy Christ. How does Q*bert look at Ugg's teeth? Very carefully. Here's a snowman. He's melting. What is the worst time to build a snowman? Summertime. No shit. When is the worst time? Oh, so I guess they mean summertime is supposed to, because it's one word. I don't know. Okay. Now here's Slick, and he's standing next to a pineapple that's got on high heel shoes. And she doesn't have any eyes. She's just a pineapple. Why did Slick go out with a pineapple? He couldn't get a date. You know, a date, you eat those, kids. It's a date tree. Remember, that's the thing Jesus cursed. He cursed the date tree. He got so mad at it, he just put a whammy on the date tree. That was a dick move. 2831. Okay, here we go. Did I beep? What letter of the alphabet? I think I did. What letter is... it's got a couple. It's got one of those creepy guys, purple, sitting with a dunce hat on. Hubert and Sam are looking at him. The teacher is on the other side of the page with a chalk drawing of her. And then there's an additional thing here, 2 + 1 = question mark. It's ABCs. There's a ball, a cat, and A is an apple. And it's a question mark and then teacher. Hubert is also on there. What letter of the alphabet is the opposite of me? Come on, everybody. U. What is the most dangerous letter in the alphabet? What is the most dangerous letter in the alphabet? The killer B. Why is it? It's just the letter B. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Why is this alphabet like Christmas? Because there is no L in it. You don't really turn. That was my joke. Besides Z, what's the only letter you can't find on a telephone dial? Q. Who the fuck cares? What? How is that a riddle? That doesn't? There's no riddle. That's a question. It's that if you want to say, riddle me this. What? You'll find the bomb beneath a no phone zone, and then it's then it's beneath Q and Q. I don't know. What letter of the alphabet is a question? Why? You have to turn 2 pages. You have to turn the whole. That's it. Here's Hubert. He's got an exclamation point coming out. 36. And he's got standing in front of a toolbox. A moth's flying out of a toolbox. He's got on overalls, even though he has no hands, and a hat on, a painter's hat. What do you call a carpenter who can't find his tools? What do you call a carpenter who can't find his tools? I have to read this again because, a saw loser. I saw a loser. I thought it said, I'm looking at these things upside down as if I could read them, and I thought it said something else, which I have no idea what I thought it says. Here's a bunch of garbage bags, say trash on them, and they have wheels. Okay, so it's a pile of trash bags with wheels, and the trash bags are saying quack. What carries 2,000 pounds of trash, has 4 wheels, and says quack? A garbage duck. Now here's Hubert and Sam, and they're doing a bump. And there's a gift here. It's a rectangular gift, Prezi, with a ribbon and a bow, and it says, to Hubert. What does Hubert say when he bumps into Sam? Well, excuse me. What does Hubert say when someone gives him a present? Thank you. Hey, the end. There you go. Hubert's Quazy questions, a riddle book to make you laugh. And, hey, 2 out of 30 question crazies. Back to me in the studio. We hope that you've enjoyed tonight's reading of Hubert's Quazy Questions, a riddle book to make you laugh. To own your own copy of Hubert's Quazy Questions, a riddle book to make you laugh, you'll probably find one in good condition for about $5 bone. Very good, I'd say you're going to drop a 20, or maybe even a triple dicks. The management would also like to apologize. Tonight's super secret surprise celebrity guest, Jenna Elfman, can still not make it to the show because of that restraining order. For Wiggly and the entire cast of Wiggly's Book Club, I'm Wiggly. And remember, kids, RIP. Reading is fundamental.